Anyone smiling here? Don't worry, tomorrow we'll start on the inner frown, okay? So who wants to see the irresistible induction? I just, you guys over here, if you guys want to have a break, I'll just have a chat to them. It's fine by me. Yeah? I'm building this up, hopefully live up to it, right? So, let me tell you a little bit about where this came from. Some years ago, as you know, I was going all around the world doing kinds of crazy stuff to figure out how this little thing called hypnosis works. I was reading a book by Emil Coué, and of course about Emil Coué. He was one of the people I was looking at the time. And he did something interesting. You know who Emil Coué is, anyone? He's Coué, C-O-U-E, with a accent, because it is French, yes? Emil Coué was a French doctor at the turn of the last century, so the 19th century going into the 20th century. He actually, incidentally, a little trivia, he created affirmations. He recorded the very first self-improvement audio program. It was on one of those discs thingies, not a compact disc. It was a phonograph. It was before vinyl even existed. It was like one of these wax phonographs, I think, and printed as a whatever it is. It's like a really old thing. Anyways, he used to work in a very interesting way. He had like a ramshackle farmhouse in France, and when patients would come to him, he didn't just treat them like in the modern version of like the 50-minute hour. You know, you come in, whoa, talk to you, off you go. He had a much more eclectic, holistic way of dealing with people, which I think was very interesting. One of the things we'd have people do is they turn up and have to wait around for a day to see the big doctor. And meanwhile, of course, whilst waiting for the big doctor, there'd be about a dozen, 20 other people running around in deep, deep trances. I'm talking about people who'd be sitting there like this all day. And other people, you know, doing post-hypnotic suggestions, all kind of stuff. And, of course, the atmosphere, it creates its own little H+, if you like. And people sitting there, they're having their own reality in terms of what is real and possible. It's kind of eroding around their ears and going like, what the heck is all this stuff? It's only a matter of time before they are perfectly primed for being great deep trance subjects too. Does that make sense? And a lot of the old hypnotists, and especially like what is now called stage hypnosis, it started off as a parlor show. People would come and into little small groups of 20 or 30 people and demonstrate the power of the mind and be all kind of cool and mesmeric and so on. What a lot of people don't know is that when they did these little shows, they used to bring their favorite subjects with them to demonstrate stuff, right? They didn't take people out of the audience, they just took their favorite subjects with them. And I thought, you know, wouldn't it be great if we had that double whammy? Because nothing induces trance as well as someone who's already in trance, right? Like in a deep trance. It just kind of affects other people. But it's kind of impractical to, you know, have your personal trance monkey and have to cart them around everywhere. It doesn't work so well, right? If nothing else, it's problems with the visas and you have the vaccinations. It's horrible, right? And then it struck me, you know, there is one trance monkey that you can take anywhere you want to, right? Oh, no, actually, it's here. You can't take me everywhere, but you can take yourself. And, you know, the same things happen. When you're in a deep trance, it has the same impact on other people, right? So here's where the irresistible induction comes in. Oh, irresistible suggestion? I miswrote that, never mind. The irresistible induction is actually so simple, it's unreal. I kick myself sometimes for not having thought of it earlier. Essentially, you're going to put yourself into trance, right? You're going to recall how good trance feels. And then, all you need to do is to describe to other people what it feels like to go into a trance. What changes are occurring inside yourself? Here is the bit that makes it super secret. You change the first person to the second person, and now it becomes a suggestion. You change the first person to the second person, and then everything that you're experiencing becomes a suggestion. So, I'd like for you to just put your feet flat on the ground and your hands in your lap so they're resting comfortably. And you might find a comfortable position that you're resting in. And perhaps you're aware of your breathing. Your arms have a certain sensation. And it can change. Perhaps a little bit of motion developing somewhere, or even just a feeling of motion. And all the time, something comfortable begins to grow inside. And you can relax and feel good. Your vision can soften, even behind closed eyelids. And your breathing is just so comfortable, deep, more even. It's quite easy to breathe without any effort. And while your mind calms down, an ease, a peacefulness, settling all across your mind. Your thoughts quieting down. The strain of thinking drifting away. Of course, thoughts can come, but they're not important now. Feel far too comfortable for that. That's it. Right there. Perhaps a sense of expansion begins. Your mind extending as though in an infinite space. And your breathing continues. And the comfort continues. And you can consider something that makes you smile. A person you know and love, are connected to. Friend, family, child, parent. Who knows what recollections come to mind. It feels good. Wanting to smile. And remembering how easy it is when you are with this person. How good you feel when you're there. How natural it all seems when you're talking or just being around each other. And have you noticed your breathing yet? How comfortable it's become. How good it feels inside. The quiet that you can experience now, where there used to be noise. And there it is again. That memory, that person, that feeling of being connected to someone. It's natural. No effort required. It's just a good feeling. An easy feeling. Things feel right. Might as well remember it. Might as well remember it. So you can recall this feeling anytime you need to. Anytime you want to. You might consider a situation in which you wish to hypnotize someone, overtly or covertly, in a conversation. Just considering that. And notice how easy it is to smile. Remembering how good it feels to be connected. And everyone has that inside. Such an ease. So easy to do. And that's it. Allowing your mind to drift wherever it wants to. Knowing the glow of your inner smile is natural now. So you can bring it back anytime you wish to. If you were to come out of a trance, you could do so only as quickly as that smile came with you, could you not? Because it's important to bring whatever we have inside of us out, so we can use it when circumstances require it of us. Don't you think? Here I go again, drifting off on my own ideas, where all you want to know is how do you do the irresistible induction? So once you're all back again, how are you guys doing?